चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री अन्वितांश्च। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुव एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। So after you finish the Mangalacharan prayers, you can also take blessings from Lord Jagannath, Srila Prabhupada and Gauranga. Yeah. Okay. So now let us start. Before we start, we will take a quick recap of chapter 5. And next time I will give in 15 minutes. I will give a nice recap of all the 6 chapters. Yeah, because like I said right in the beginning, the Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters. So 6 chapters, 6 chapters, and 6 chapters. So first 6 chapters and the last 6 chapters are like bread. Okay, you have this sandwich, are like 2 slices of the bread, and beach mein wala is the first 6 chapters. It's like the jam. So from next time we are going to taste the the sweetness of the jam. Yeah. So next time, before we start, I will give you a quick, nice recap of all the 6 chapters so that you will not forget whatever you've learned. Yeah. So we keep on revising, then it goes pakka in our mind. Okay. So let us have a quick recap of chapter 5. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So chapter 5. Okay, so in chapter 5, Krishna tells Arjuna that whether you should renounce. Arjuna is still confused. Krishna is telling, you told me so much about jnana, so it is better that I go to the forest and I renounce so that I will not do simple activity. So Krishna says, no, it is not good for you to renounce ki sab kuch chhod ke brahmana dress pehen ke aap chale gaye forest mein. No, don't do that, because even if you wear a brahmana dress, still you are in a kshatriya mood, right? And because you are in a kshatriya mood, you will not be able to renounce. आपको गुस्सा आ जाएगा, आप सबसे फाइट करोगे और आपकी तलवार निकालोगे, गांडीव निकालोगे और अटैक करोगे, right? Because you are in a kshatriya mood, so you will not be able to renounce. Just do nishkam karma yoga. Your responsibility is to fight. Your responsibility is to fight as a kshatriya, maintain law and order. Please do that. Yeah. Then we also saw the duties as a student. What is our responsibility? How can we do nishkam karma yoga? We saw that what is our duty? To study hard, to get very good marks, to work sincerely, to study with sincerity and dedication. And at the same time, we should read Bhagavad Gita, study Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, we should chant the name of Krishna. We should have good association. We should do kirtan. ऐसे नहीं है कि ये एज थोड़ी है भजन कीर्तन करने का. It is not like that. It is for calming our mind and it is for establishing connection with Krishna. तो good marks भी लाने हैं, अच्छा भी करना है, प्लस भगवान का भक्ति भी करना है, दोनों करना है. एक ही करोगे तो बनोगे दुर्योधन, दोनों करोगे तो बनोगे अर्जुना. Okay, your choice, what you want to do. Every time we have a choice, and based on the choice that we exercise, we get the results. Yeah. Then, yeah. So with the
doubt. Mataji,
yeah,
I had a doubt.
just let me finish. Just hold on, park on your doubt. Yeah, just let me finish this recap. So, what is the objective of studying Bhagavad Gita is to gain the knowledge. What knowledge we have to gain is that I am not a body, I am a spirit soul. I am an eternal servant of Krishna. I am his part and parcel. I want to render service to him. अभी ये मैं बता दूंगी, आप बोलेंगे हाँ 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 इतना ही तो है ना, तो समझ में आ गया. But no, realizing this thing and developing loving relationship with Krishna. That is the objective, right? A loving relationship with our Father is a very a very blissful situation, a very situation that you will relish, you will enjoy. ऐसे नहीं कि ठीक है ये बता दिया ना, हाँ ठीक है पता चल गया और ठीक है आगे बढ़ो. No, it has to be loving devotional service to Krishna. Krishna loves us. Remember, it has to be fit in your mind. Krishna loves us and we have to love Krishna. Okay. Yeah. So then, yeah. Okay. We saw this. Yeah, I am not realizing that I am a servant of God. How should I do the work? I should do the work for God. What should I do with the fruits? I should give it to Krishna. I should do my duties very sincerely and to best of my ability. Yeah, I should never say that I did it. Right? We should always say that it is because of Krishna's mercy I could do it. Yeah, and Krishna is not dependent on me. If Arjuna decides not to fight, Krishna is not dependent on Arjuna. Krishna can still establish dharma. He will use someone else, or he may choose not to use anyone else. Yeah. So it's absolutely his. It is he's not dependent on us. Yeah. Then, yeah, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We saw this example. A person who opening the door. Do we say his hand opened the door? Right hand opened the door, right thumb and index finger opened the door? No, we say that the person opened the door because the hand is a part of that bigger person. So similarly, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Okay, we cannot act independently. So if Krishna is not there, we are not there. Right? Sunlight cannot be without sun. Yeah, if there is no God, we are not there. None of us would exist. Right? Yeah, we saw this. Krishna is not dependent on us. Yeah, how should we work in this world, material world? We should work as the form for detachment. Yeah, so like a water on the lotus leaf. That is how we should live in this world. Then we are misusing the facilities which are given by Krishna. So like we saw this example of two sons. One becomes a very good doctor, other person just smokes, drinks, and just wastes his money. And so say similarly, God has given all these resources. We have a choice whether to use these resources in a useful manner, so that we can progress, or we just use these resources for our own sense enjoyment, and we just basically misuse these resources and we just waste our life. Yeah. Okay. Then we saw this example of King of Gaya. Yeah, he gives full protection and security to citizens. So basically, the King of Gaya, along with doing his responsibilities as a king, yeah, giving protection to and security to his citizens, giving sufficient food, distributing gifts, yeah, giving good instructions. Along with that, he used to follow all the rules. He used to perform sacrifices. He used to feed prasad to his devotees, to all the people. He used to promote Bhagavatam. He used to promote Bhagavad Gita. He was not at all proud. He was very God conscious. We saw Raj Rishis, right? First picture is King of Pratap Rudra, who is sweeping with a broom in front of Rath Yatra. Second is we saw Chandragupta Maurya, who is taking advice from who is it?
Srila Prabhupada.
Chanakya.
Chanakya, yes, Chanakya, very good. And we have Shivaji Maharaj, who is taking advice from Ramdas. Yeah. So these are all Raj Rishis. I'm good to see you are all alert. Then
when Srila Prabhupada was small, he used to make a mini Rath Yatra on Rath Yatra, and then he used to dance.
we also saw that there are three. Basically, we have jivas. We have the super soul who is a sanctioner, and there is Mother Nature who is Durga Mata, who based on the order of the super soul, she provides or she.
What is Jiva?
Jiva is us. All of us are Jiva. We have desire. कि मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे वो चाहिए. Then material nature, Durga Devi asks, what should I do? This child is asking this. Then super soul says, the Paramatma in our heart. He says, okay, grant it or don't grant it. Sanction kar do. And then material nature Durga will sanction. Right? So like you asked, right, with Krishna, somebody asked that, why is sanctioning wrong things to us? Because we are so adamant. Humko nahi chahiye hi. So many times our parents reluctantly, helplessly give sanctions or gives us things which they think that is not right from a child. Right? Smoking cigarette. A child wants to smoke cigarette. A boy, or not you, boy wants to smoke cigarette. He wants to drink. Jiva wants to drink. Material nature asks, super soul, Paramatma, what should I do? Saying this child is very adamant, this is very nasty, he is not going to listen, give him. He will learn his own life lessons. Yeah, so that is how everything is sanctioned by the Lord. We should have this fit in our mind. Everything is sanctioned by Lord. Yeah. Then everything is controlled by the Lord. We think that we are in the control position, right? You can see this Muhammad Ali. He was the greatest champion. But after a few years, he lost the entire energy in his hand. He could not even lift the cup. Okay, so see the greatest champion. He couldn't lift even a cup of coffee. Yeah. Then equal vision, that we see everyone as jivas. So everyone, we see that everyone is wearing a dress of so basically you see this jiva is wearing a dress of a dog. One jiva is wearing a dress of a cow. One jiva is wearing a dress of an elephant. One jiva is wearing a dress of a brahmana. So all these are our dresses. And panditaha samadarshina, one who has the knowledge, he will see everyone at same level. So he will not think this is a dog, this is a cat, this is a snake, this is a lizard, this is a mosquito, cockroach. Every panditaha, the person who has knowledge, will see everyone at same level. Yeah. So, panditaha samadarshina. Hold on. I will take all your questions. Okay. So then we also saw that a big truck driver doesn't. While going on the road, he doesn't just smash away a person going on a Luna, because he knows that person going on the Luna is also a jiva. I should not kill him. So that should be our mood whenever we are dealing with people, right? We could be dealing with our friends. We could be dealing with our enemies. So
Mataji, even mosquitoes are living beings, and even they have jivas. So why do we put mosquito repellents in our rooms? Mataji, even then mosquitoes are at the same level as us. So then why do we put mosquito repellents in our
because the mosquitoes will bite us. So for our protection, if mosquito bites us, we will suffer with malaria, dengue, and then we will not be able to serve Lord. So if it comes for our protection, then yes, we will have to take action. No, otherwise, everyone will come and encroach us, and then we will land ourselves in problem, and we will waste our human life.
Mataji, actually, we apply that repellent, but still mosquitoes come and bite them. So
Odomas.
Odomas only I apply, but they come and bite us.
Then you will have to get what you say?
Machardani.
Machardani, or they do na? Kya kehte hain usko? How come I'm forgetting?
Roll-on.
They do in the building. What they do?
It's natural home remedies. Like you can just burn something and then they don't come.
Cow dung cakes.
I think pest control.
Pest control in the building they do, no?
Heat. Heat. They do.
I'm forgetting words. They pura dhua karte. What is it called?
Oh, that man comes with the cow.
And then he what does he do? Okay, what
Mosquito spray.
But it is not a mosquito spray, but they come to the entire building and they will spray everything, it will
And
be
smoke
lot
forms everywhere.
sorry?
And everywhere smoke forms.
Smokes come. Okay, so you can tell and you can get that done, but whatever, yeah. So you should find out ways, but as far as possible, should not kill. But if it comes that you are not able to do your service, you're not able to maintain your body, then in that case you will have to take some action. Yeah. Okay.
That time we can kill them.
But that is the last resort, is what to do. Yeah. Then what else? Yes. Arjuna says, Krishna, these senses are so strong that it is very difficult to control them. Yeah, urges are very difficult. So Krishna says, learn to tolerate. That is what Krishna says. We should develop a habit to tolerate. Yeah. Then what else is there? Yeah, peace formula. This I love. See, everyone thinks that I am in control or I want to be in control. Hiranyakashipu want to be Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Bali Maharaj wanted to become Triloka Adipati. Yeah, we want to have so many houses. We want to have flats. We want to have plots. Yeah, then we say, okay, yes, see, I have 4 plots. I have whatever 2-3 flats. Yeah, and I think I'm very rich. Right? You saw this example of a mouse. He creates a hole in the house and he calls all his friends, come and see my house. Yeah, so he thinks that is his house. Yeah, so we just get stuck here. But when the property does not really belongs to us, Bali Maharaj, we know that, Vaman Dev came, Krishna came in Vaman Dev avatar and he took whatever he had. Yeah, Bali Maharaj happily gave it to him. Yeah. So Krishna is the supreme controller. Tsunami, example of tsunami, we discussed that, in a fraction of a second, everything can be washed away by Krishna. Yeah. So, but we saw at the same time, even if Krishna is the supreme controller, even if he's supreme enjoyer, and still he loves his devotees. He does not mind. You see this example, see this picture when Sudama, he's washing the feet of Sudama. Yeah, you see this picture. Krishna is waiting for all of us to come to Godhead. We discussed the example that during Rajasuya Yagya, when everyone was busy with doing something, some or the other service, where was Krishna? Krishna was on the door. What was he doing? He was washing feet of the saintly persons who had come for the Rajasuya Yagya, right? So Krishna, even if he is a supreme enjoyer, even if he is a supreme controller, still he loved to be loved by his devotees and he would not mind to serve his devotees. Yeah. So that is our Krishna. See, he is ready to get bounded by Yashoda Mai. He is ready to become a charioteer. किसको लगेगा कि मैं ड्राइवर बनूंगा, है ना? एक सीईओ का कंपनी का रहेगा, वो बोलेगा कि जब मैं अपना एम्प्लॉय का जो है मेरे कंपनी में काम करता है, चलो मैं उसका ड्राइवर बनूंगा. किसको अच्छा लगेगा ड्राइवर बनने के लिए? But Krishna did not mind becoming a charioteer of Arjuna. Yeah, so he is a supreme controller. He is supreme beneficiary of all the sacrifices. But at the same time, he is the well-wisher of all the living entities. Yeah, that is a peace formula. Okay, so we took a lot of time discussing chapter 5. So 3 minutes for questions, if any.
Mataji, like when we go to Goloka, he comes and hugs us.
He not only comes and hugs us, he waits at the door of the Goloka. Okay, he will personally come and receive you. That picture that
Have you ever went to Goloka?
We had come from there only. We were eternally there, but we wanted to enjoy on our own, so we fell down here.
Mataji, but sometimes it happens now, like babies are born and at the time they are born, they die. Why does it happen so?
It happens because only small portion of their life is left out. That small suffering is left out. So that suffering also goes and then they, further go into.
They go to Goloka.
Inside in the
Depending upon kya karma hoga, whatever their karma is.
Mataji, sometimes only in the stomach they die. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Only in the stomach they die before being born.
So whatever their sufferings are there of their life, that will happen to them. So even taking a birth in the womb of a mother is also such a big suffering. Now the child is in the stool and urine and all that thing of the mother, right? So that is also big suffering. And then in the last stages, the child is ulta, the head is down and the hands and legs are up. Would you like to be in that position? No, na?
No.
Better. So that is also suffering. So everyone has their own suffering. So depending upon the karma. Yeah. Okay, chalo. So no other question, right? Okay, chalo.
Mataji, one question.
relating to this?
Yes, Anushri has a question.
Okay. Yes, first Shreyasi. Shreyasi, yeah.
Like mean depending upon karma we get our next life, and so like when we chant like when it is needed, and we not chant when it is not needed, so that's not a pure devotee, right?
Chant, and when we, sorry?
When we need Krishna, that time only we chant, and when we do not need Krishna, we don't chant, so that's not a pure devotee, right?
That is not a pure devotee, but at the same time, see, Krishna gives you credit for that. Krishna knows, at least in the case of times of crisis, my child remembered me. So that is at least some brownie points you get. You may not get full brownie points, but you will get some brownie points for that.
Means if much also Krishna will not mind.
Yes, you do 0.00001%. Krishna will always remember that. It will go into your kitty.
Mataji.
One second. Anushri had some question. Yes, Anushri.
Yes, can you hear me, Mataji?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so my question was that that in the Western world there is more Kali, and it is like they are not that Krishna conscious in the Western world, right? So, why do people in the Western world live such a wonderful life, and like why do they?
Who is saying they are living a wonderful life? You. Okay, so let me tell you my experiences. Okay, I had my friends when this lockdown started. The people in the Western world. So my colleagues there in US, my colleague there in Australia, my colleagues there in Europe. Okay, so they were feeling so lonely because one is they do not marry, they have live-in relationships. So sometimes they are with one person, sometimes they are with other person. So that itself is such a hellish thing that they are not satisfied. They are not satisfied. They do not have a family at all. Second thing is they do not have children. So they do not have children. That is why they keep dogs and cats, right? So and they keep dogs and cats only because so that the dogs and cat will listen to them. Yeah. When this lockdown started, they had no one in the family whom they could talk with, whom they could express with, and that is why the suicides at point in time increased. People went into depression because they do not have family.
Yeah.
Because they do not live a religious life.
Yes, and because of this, the number of peoples are also too less in the Western countries.
They will have big roads. They will have, posh lifestyle. But you see, when you go to the bars, people are drinking because they want to forget, and they just want to enjoy. But when after drinking, when they forget, for only some time they will forget their anxiety levels will go down. But after again they will come and into reality, and again they will suffer. So it is only grass looks green, Baba. It is not that they are enjoying. And also second thing, one thing let me tell you. So this is one part of it. Second part of it is maybe they are really enjoying. Okay. We see many of our families, they are going there, they're going for treks, they're going to Yellowstone, they're going to whatever Universal Studios, and they're going to Disney and all that. They would be going. But remember one thing, it is like whatever your good karma is, you are exhausting your good karma. Okay, once that good credit of good karma is exhausted, again they will land themselves in the hellish world. Again, they will have to come to suffer. So remember, that is the temporary phase that they're enjoying. What you are doing austerity, you're chanting, you're studying Bhagavad Gita, you're doing devotional service to the Lord. God is recording that. And for all that, he will definitely going to give you a lot and lot of credit for it. Because out of so many thousands and lakhs of children, very few children are doing this. Right? And this is written in the scriptures. This is nothing that I am telling of my own. Everything what is Krishna is telling, I am telling it to you. Yes. Does it answer your doubt, Anushri?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So even if you think that everyone is enjoying, it is only a short period of time they're enjoying. That is one thing. Second thing is that they are not actually enjoying. It appears that they are enjoying. They go to the bars, they go to the parties and all that, but they will wear good dress, but internally they are into depression. So many girls I come across, yeah. So many friends I come across in US and all that. They call that, life is so hellish. No friends, nothing to, party. Yeah. Yes, Arya. Arya had a question. Yeah.
Mataji,
Yeah, Abhinay, after Arya, huh, beta? Yes.
Mataji,
Yes, Mataji.
like you told in previous chapters also, like when we don't chant, like we come in this material world again and again, like in many births we come in again and again, and when we chant and we are devotee of Krishna and we do everything that you have told, like we have an altar, we offer bhoga to the Krishna, and then we go to Goloka, and why don't we come again?
We do not want to come here again because this is a life of suffering. This is a temporary world. Like this Anand Nagari hota hai na? What do you call that in English? How can I'm forgetting words today? What do you call that? Fair is there, no?
Fun fair.
Fun fair, yeah. So fun fair is there, Anand Nagari, you know. So Krishna has created it Anand Nagari like for us, you know, temporarily go enjoy and come back. It is not your real world. Anand Nagari is there only for a certain period of time, right? You will have giant wheel, you will have whatever roller coaster ride and all that, but it is there temporary. Again, you come back. This is only a temporary world created for us. And you see everyone in this world, some or the other, you know, somehow or the other, they are not very satisfied. You know, anxiety levels are there. With the parents,
Yeah.
anxiety levels are there. We also have so many anxiety levels with our friends, with our studies, with the surrounding around. Yeah? Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad. When you go to Goloka, you will always be happy. Yeah?
Mataji, we never cry in Goloka.
No, you will never cry in Goloka. Everyone is dance. No one is walking there. Everyone is dancing there.
With Krishna.
Everyone is singing. No one is talking. Everyone is singing there. And what they are singing? They are singing glories of Krishna. What they are dancing? They are dancing for Krishna.
Don't get tired.
No, everyone is serving Krishna. So when it becomes very hot, automatically cold breeze will come. When you want to eat mangoes, automatically trees will start giving mangoes. Yes, everyone is serving each other and everyone is serving Krishna. We will cover that Goloka. Yeah, in creation of universe, we'll cover Goloka. Okay.
Mataji, actually, in the 18th Bhagavad Gita class, could you send the Goloka mark before? Because in Google, if I see, it's very blurry. So I just wanted to check it.
What you want to say, Goloka?
The Goloka map.
Map. Okay, yes.
Yes, Mataji, on Google, it's very, very blurry.
But even if I send you, it will be very blur. It is there on my computer, the scanned version. What you can do is Goloka chart you can get in any ISKCON temple. So it is like a big chart. So I have got that chart scanned. So that is why I can see a lot of details in the Goloka chart. I have got it scanned from very professional, place. So that is why minute details I can get it seen. But even if I send you, I will try to send you, but I do not know how much clarity because I will have to minimize the size. Then you will not be able to see anything. But you go to ISKCON temple, you will get Goloka chart. If you do not have, let me know. I will try if I can arrange to courier it with you. But only thing is that it should not get spoiled while I courier it. Yeah. Okay? Yes, Abhinay. Yes, we have not started with chapter 6. Yes, Abhinay.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, I only think that the life of the foreigners is better because they have good technology, fine roads, and many more.
If I, how do I explain this? That is, even if you have good technology, good roads, but internally if you are not satisfied, what is the use of that good technology?
Yeah.
You should be satisfied.
Mataji, I also used to think that Switzerland is so nice. There is all time snow. People might be enjoying, but I don't know what's true.
So in Switzerland, there are all oldies there. They do not have young population.
Yeah.
They are actually suffering because they do not have anyone to take care of them. They have a lot of money, but they do not have children.
Yeah, people in foreign countries always suffer more than people in India.
Here that they are, enjoying.
People, if in India,
Just for example,
Ma'am, the thing, ma'am,
just hold on. Just hold on. See, the parents are staying there. The children of the parents, of your age, the parents are so much worried that what they will go and do in the school, because there. So I'm not promoting or I'm not discouraging or I am not saying anything about foreign countries. But what I'm saying is that it is all across same. Do not get carried away by the glamour. Whenever you are you get a chance. I'm not saying you don't go to US. You go to US. You go to Australia. Now you go to Europe for studies and all that, whatever you want to do. But at the same time, do not forget your path of Krishna consciousness. Yeah, because see, I'm giving you one more example. There, all the drug companies, okay, drug companies in the initial, they will give you all the drugs free to the kids. Yeah, after some time, the kids will become addicted and they will not be able to live without it. Then they will start charging. That is what happens there. Now, I do not want to, create a fear in you. But when you are, when you have the knowledge, when you chant, when you study Bhagavad Gita, you learn to discriminate. That intelligence is developed to discriminate what is right, what is wrong. You will have a power to say, you will have a courage to say no to wrong things. You will have a courage to say, no, I'm not going to this bar. No, I'm not going to smoke. No, I'm not going to drink. That will happen only when you study Bhagavad Gita. So if you want to go, yes, definitely you can go there for higher studies. You can go and work there. But at the same time, study scriptures. Preach Krishna consciousness to the people so that they will be satisfied.
Actually, in Singapore or any other country, I don't know, not Singapore or some other country, there Bhagavad Gita is not allowed.
It is only in Muslim countries and Russia. But Russia also now it is allowed. Only in Muslim countries, they generally, so Muslim countries also, if you are doing
Ma'am, but in Saudi Arabia, it is allowed in schools also.
Yeah, no, schools I really doubt, but it is allowed within 4 walls. That you can do your preaching also, you can do your Bhagavad Katha and all that. Within 4 walls, people should not know outside. You can call the people inside and you can do. Like Dubai also, they will allow, but they will say that, okay, you do within a house or within a room. You do not do outside. Even if you're doing Kirtan, voice should not go outside. That is what they say. Okay?
Mataji, now I'm not going to the foreign countries. I got scared.
Mataji.
So you regularly chant, you study Bhagavad Gita. See, these instances will come here also. Simple thing I tell you, in Bandra, in Bandra, okay, so many times I go, so many times I see, teenagers doing dirty things there, right? Smoking and all. All dirty things happen here also. So we will also be exposed whether we are in America or whether we are in India. Only the proportion will be high there, proportion will be low here.
Yeah.
So we will be exposed to all these things.
Mataji,
And that is exactly the reason why that we launched this 18-day Bhagavad Gita course, so that by the time you go to the college, you should know all this. And I discussed this, we discussed this before with Narottam Prabhuji, we discussed with Napati Prabhuji, we discussed with Titanam Prabhuji, that these kids of this age, before they go into their college, they should know all this so that they learn to discriminate. That was exactly the objective.
When I was at the age of Prahlad, when I was 5, I had another teacher. I forgot the name. So she used to teach me Bhagavad Gita, but I could not understand. Because
But now you're understanding, no?
Yes.
You know why? Because you're chanting.
At that time, I didn't used to chant. I just used to listen.
You will never understand Bhagavad Gita if you're not chanting. Take it from me. And you will never enjoy Bhagavad Gita if you're not chanting. Because without Krishna's mercy, this is not possible. It is not possible to understand. You will hear it for a while, and after some time you will lose interest. If you are if you start losing interest, then you will know something is going wrong. Krishna's mercy is reducing on you. Then you will not understand Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Okay, chalo, let us start with chapter 6. I thought it is a very small chapter.
Mataji, I didn't understand first 2 chapters because that period of time I would not chant only, and and now I start chanting 1 round, sometimes 11 counts, sometimes 2 rounds.
Very nice. See, we have first-hand experience from Shreyasi. Now you listen first chapter and second chapter, Shreyasi. Then you say, you have the recordings, right? If you don't have it, forward it to you again. Now you listen to the recording, you will understand it.
No,
To chant, I get peace of mind.
Mataji, one day
So you are chanting not only gives peace of mind, I will tell you, chanting purifies our heart. See, Cheto Darpana Marjan, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, we have so much dirt. Like I said, 30 kilometers of dirt in our heart. Now with this chanting, slowly, we are cleaning that dirt.
that's all the dirt.
Because chanting has an impact on purification of our heart. If heart is purified, then you'll understand. Heart is not purified, you will not understand. So Krishna also helps. So Krishna only helps in purification, but you have to through the process of chanting. Okay. So I hope you all have know the importance of chanting, and please post your rounds daily, because that is how you get encouraged and you will encourage others to chant. Okay?
Mataji, the
Sorry, one day na, I thought that I will not chant today. And I thought that if Krishna wants to give me one flower, then I'll chant. And then he gave me in the flower that comes, that wind was glowing on, and that come in my window.
But you should not always ask these things to Krishna. Okay? You should chant, and like your mother loves you unconditionally, you should love Krishna unconditionally.
माताजी तुमच्या मागे त्या 3 मूर्त्या त्या कोणाच्या आहेत?
Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. So is Lord Jagannath in Vrindavan mood. Is Krishna in Vrindavan mood.
I could not understand.
Chalo. Now we will go to, sorry, any question relating to Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we have not even started chapter 6.
Mataji, maybe I'll ask it when there's time, because maybe the answer might be too long.
Good. Okay, chalo. So let us start chapter 6. Yes. And this is not too big a chapter. Easy one. Okay. So today we are going to discuss mind. It can be our
Have you sent the quizzes?
I will now, after chapter 6, I will send you an assignment. Okay. So now we are going to discuss chapter 6, wherein we are going to discuss mind. It can be our best friend or it can be our greatest enemy. We are going to discuss Ashtanga Yoga, right? And then, if someone falls down from the path of bhakti, कि हमने 3 साल कृष्णा किड्स का क्लास किया, लेकिन फिर हम लोग कॉलेज में चले गए और हम went into a different world. So, right, so what will happen? Will I fall down or what will happen, right? So what happens if you fall down from the path of bhakti, and which is the best yoga? Okay.
Mataji, what are these types of yogas? I don't understand.
We'll discuss that, yeah. Okay. So now, enemy, or so today's acronym is EASY, EASY. Yeah. Enemy.
Because 6th chapter is easy, I've kept the acronym like that.
We discussed we discussed the 3 doers. One is the Jiva desires, super soul sanctions, and based on whatever super soul sanctions, Durga Mata, the material energy, she provides the Jiva. Okay, yeah. Now we are going back to the to the previous chapter, wherein we discussed the yoga ladder. Okay, so you would have just 1 second.
Mataji, I don't understand this yoga ladder.
So we had discussed this yoga ladder. I don't know if you remember it or not. We discussed it in previous chapters.
Yes, Mataji, you told that chanting, reading the scriptures, offering yoga will take us to the bhakti yoga.
Right. Absolutely.
Forgot. Mataji, actually I forgot.
So I'll explain you again. Okay. So in the lowest form of the ladder is animal life. That means people are atheistic. They do not believe in God. They just believe in enjoyment. Now this is all Krishna is saying. Okay. So animal form of life is also basically when people don't believe in God. People only like to enjoy. People only like to eat, drink, sleep, and enjoy. Okay. So that is animal form of life. Then we go higher. Higher is karma kanda. Now listen very carefully. Very important thing. We go higher. Higher is karma kanda. In karma kanda, what happens is we still have a propensity to enjoy. We still want to enjoy, but in that, we have a propensity to enjoy, but at the same time, we will do Durga Puja, we will do Satyanarayan Puja, we will do Ganesh Puja. Yeah. So, and we will do that puja so that we get prosperity, we get happiness, right? So we will do all the sacrifices for getting benefit for ourselves. Now we are doing that. We go up the ladder. Now, as we do that, we realize, we gain some knowledge and we realize that, I'm only doing it for myself. Still, I'm not getting satisfied. So then we start, and also the question starts coming, who am I? What is my relationship with God and all that? So we start, thinking about gaining knowledge. Then the above is that Sakama Karma Yoga. In that, I still want to do things for myself, but in that, I will work, but I will give a small portion of my whatever I own. I will donate a small portion. Like we discussed the story of a marble shopkeeper, that he would want to run his business because he loves his business, but at the same time he will donate a small amount to the temple, for promoting scriptures, or to building a big temple or whatever. Yeah, so he will give the small portion of his to the Lord. Now in Sakama Karma Yoga, he doesn't know, or even in Nishkam, okay, we'll go to Nishkam Karma Yoga. But here you see the yoga word has got added. Earlier the yoga word was not there. Yoga word means doing some things for Krishna, doing some things for Lord. And that is Sakam Karma Yoga. Then you go to Nishkam Karma Yoga. In Nishkam Karma Yoga, you're not attached to the fruits and you're not attached to the work also. You're attached to the work, but you're not attached to the fruits. In Sakam Karma Yoga, you saw that you are giving a small portion of your fruits to Krishna. But in Nishkama Karma Yoga, you are giving all your fruits to Krishna. Right? In this realization that Krishna is there, some supreme is there, but you do not know who is that supreme. That supreme could be light also. Right? We could think that he is Brahman, he is light, but some supreme is there. Yeah. So that is Nishkama Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means surrendering to Krishna, having loving devotional service to Krishna, like cowherd boys and gopis. Yeah. So that is Bhakti Yoga. Who is there in Bhakti Yoga? Like cowherd boys and gopis. Even Hanuman, actually, Hanuman we put it in Nishkam Karma Yoga, but Hanuman falls in Bhakti Yoga also. Hanuman falls in Nishkam Karma Yoga. Yeah. So any questions on the yoga ladder for one second? Just tell me.
Yes, Mataji, I just have a question.
Yes, tell me.
Oh, Mataji, as you told that we do karma kanda, then slowly we go to Sakama Karma Yoga. Then after that we go, we go up to the ladder slowly. We do the progress. But how we understand that we are progressing?
Mataji, can I leave?
Yes, beta. So
Hare Krishna, Mataji, bye.
So how do we understand we are progressing is because when our love towards Krishna starts developing, right? When you cook food, then first I should offer it to Krishna. Yeah. So when your love for Krishna starts developing, you will understand that you are progressing. When you're feeling lazy about doing things for Krishna, but doing things for Lord, then you will understand that no, I am degrading. Okay. And when you're enthusiastic, you'll know that I am progressing. Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm sleepy, I don't want to do malas, but then I do it so that I want purification. Also, I think that I love my God. That's why also I want it.
Very nice. But you should do malas possibly in the morning. During the day.
Mataji, one more question.
Because in the night we are in the mode of ignorance. And who is active in the night? Demons, ghosts are active in the night. And in the morning, who are active? Devatas are active in the morning. So you get blessings from the Devatas in the morning. So you should do chanting, but to get highest amount of brownie points, do it in the morning.
Mataji, I have a question.
Mataji, I also have a question. Mataji, can I do it in evening? Maybe.
Immediately after your bath, you do it. So like nowadays, Swara has started chanting in the morning only. So at least from the new year, she started chanting in the morning. So she finishes all her 8 rounds in the morning before 9. Let's see how many days it goes, but that is what she started doing. So try to do it in the morning. Yeah.
Mataji, we can do chanting any time of the day and we can read the scripture any time of the day.
Yes, absolutely. You can do any time in the day, but to get highest benefit, it is recommended that you chant in the morning. You can chant anytime. To take name, there is no restriction. Krishna is always happy when you take his name. Just that our mind goes into mode of ignorance in the night. So even if you chant in the night, that is fine. but you will get maximum benefit if you chant in the morning. Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Excuse
Aditri
me,
had a
Mataji.
question.
Yes, Mataji, I am not understanding the difference between Bhakti Yoga and Nishkam Karma Yoga.
You do not understand the difference between them? Yeah. So in Nishkam Karma Yoga, Nishkam Karma Yogi knows that there is some Supreme Lord. Okay, so he knows that there is some Supreme Lord who is the controller. But he do not know who is that Supreme Lord, and he has not yet developed connection, loving connection with the Supreme Lord. Like when you serve your Laddu Gopal, you love your Laddu Gopal. So you are into, bhakti. You want to feed your Laddu Gopal. Wherever you go, you want to take your Laddu Gopal with you. You want to decorate him nicely. You want to dress him nicely. You want to offer him beautiful scent, fragrant flowers. Yeah. So that is your, you are in bhakti. But Nishkama Karma Yoga, he will know, Bapre, nahi, there is some Supreme Lord. It is my duty. So he will do it more as a duty. But in Bhakti Yoga, he will do it more as a loving devotional service to Krishna.
Mataji, but we have to make up with Laddu Gopal with the mud.
No, she has a Laddu Gopal which is made up of, I think, five metals. Yeah. Okay. So this was the yoga ladder. Yeah. Now, why I am showing you this yoga ladder? Because we are going to, include something in it now. Going ahead. Yes. Let's see. So Krishna is telling Arjuna that, you perform this. You perform. So here Krishna now later on he is going to introduce. Will be above Nishkam Karma Yoga. He is going to introduce Ashtanga Yoga. Yeah, in Ashtanga Yoga, what are you going to do? You are going to sit and meditate on the Lord. Okay. Now, when you sit and meditate on the Lord, your knowledge will get, your heart will get purified, knowledge will get awakened, and you're going to meditate. That means when you close your eyes, you're going to, see the form of the Lord. Meditate on the form of the Lord. His beautiful eyes, two lotus petal-like eyes. His beautiful curly hair. Then on whom bumblebees are doing zzz. His beautiful, lovely face. That is what you're going to meditate in Ashtanga Yoga. Then what will happen when you do Ashtanga Yoga? Then you will understand that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Krishna is the ultimate controller, and Krishna is my best friend. Yeah. So, and then over a period of time, when you see that, you will realize, you will see the supreme form of the Lord in your heart. Yeah, and that is how you will progress. When you see and when you relish the supreme form of Lord in your heart, then you will, over a period of time, you will elevate yourself to the process of Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So, yeah. Now, why Ashtanga Yoga? Because when you sit in a meditative posture, your mind settles down. Okay, your breath slows. You become calm, and that is why this meditative posture is suggested. How we do our chanting? We do anywhere. We sit anywhere on the sofa, and however we want, we do our chanting. But we should perform Nishkam Karma Yoga. At the same time, we should practice Ashtanga Yoga, right? And Krishna is also saying that you should not give up your duties while doing Ashtanga Yoga. You should not Nishkam Karma Yoga. You should not give up your duties. You should not be in a hurry to go to the spiritual world, right? So even if someone is married and someone has children, he should not give up his married life and take up sannyas. Even if he is a student, his responsibility as a student, he should follow all his responsibility of students and should not hurry up. I want to take sannyas because I want to go to Krishna. You should always go step by step, because if you go step by step, then your progress will be faster. Otherwise, you will fall down. So Krishna recommends that you should do Nishkam Karma Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, right? So we saw all this animal life I have removed. So Karma Kanda, Sakam Karma Yoga, that means I will offer some fruits to the Lord, but I will still have my desires. Nishkam Karma Yoga, I will offer all my fruits to the Lord. Bhakti Yoga, I love God. Everything, whatever I'll do, I'll surrender to Krishna. That is Bhakti Yoga. In that, Ashtanga Yoga is introduced, wherein meditating on the form of Lord. Now, how do you perform Ashtanga Yoga? You should sit in a calm place. Every day you should do your chanting like this. Yes, back straight, no movement. Focus at the tip of your nose and meditate on beautiful form of Krishna. That is how you should do Sakam Karma Yoga. Yeah. So what are the do's and don'ts? What are the don'ts? You should not give up your prescribed duties and you should not drop your family to take sannyas. Sannyas is not recommended for us. Yeah. And what will happen? The dust which is there in our heart, loads and loads and tons of dust, that will, because that is not this lifetime's dust, that is millions and millions of lifetimes that we had in the past. Uska itna sara dhool jama hua hai, that dust will get gradually purified and then we will see supreme soul in our home. Yeah. So Nishkam, along with Nishkam Karma Yoga, we should practice Ashtanga Yoga. What is Ashtanga Yoga? I think you understood correct now, right?
Yes.
Sitting in a
Yes,
meditative and
Meditative.
yeah, and then the meditating on the form of Lord. Then what will happen? You will give up attachment towards wrong things, right? So that is the objective. How can we perform Nishkam Karma Yoga? I think we just saw this. I will skip this. Yeah. Now, if we do not do Sakam Karma Yoga, then what will happen? See, generally what happens is everyone is so much engrossed in his own world. He wants money, he wants a nice job, he wants a nice car, if he has a car, he wants a big car. If he has a house, 1 BHK, then 2 BHK, 2 BHK, so 3 BHK. Yeah? Life goes on like that, right? And then, and in the end, what happens? Everything you leave here and go, right? Because I had that realization when my mother left, right, few months back. Everything, she was in such a nice state of affairs in the family. When she left, she was only with her, a white cloth. Nothing was there. Everything, we just leave and go. Nothing is there with us. It was a big realization for me. We read, but we experience, then it opens our eyes. So it is like see this picture here, it is like a silkworm in a cocoon. What does a silkworm do? It creates a cocoon with its saliva. It creates a cocoon around itself. Okay. And then in the end, what happens? This silkworm gets trapped in the cocoon. It is not able to come out. Similarly, we get trapped in all our desires and then we get stuck, and then eventually at the end of the life, क्योंकि हम कहते हैं कि बूढ़े होने के बाद ही जब जाप करना चाहिए, बूढ़े होने के बाद ही भजन कीर्तन करना चाहिए, लेकिन तभी हमारी आंखों में से दिख नहीं रहा होगा, कान से सुनाई नहीं देगा, खाने की इच्छा नहीं होगी, कुछ डायबिटीज बीपी इतना कुछ हुआ रहेगा, उठ नहीं पाएंगे, बैठ नहीं पाएंगे, चल नहीं पाएंगे, कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे, है ना? तो तभी तो कैसे करोगे भक्ति, right? Prahlad Maharaj did bhakti at the age of 5. Narad Muni did the bhakti at very young age, 7-8 years. Yeah. So many. Dhruva Maharaj, again I think Prahlad Maharaj was 8 or 7. Dhruva Maharaj age of 5, right? So these are the examples in scriptures that bhakti is not to be done in the old age. Bhakti is to be done in a very young age, because that time your intelligence is sharp. See the shloka also you learn, no?
Actually, Prahlad Maharaj, when Narad Muni used to sing songs of and sing glories of Krishna, so Prahlad Maharaj used to sing and used to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say something. Yeah, so I see so at your age the mind is so active, the intelligence is so active that when you learn shlokas, you will be able to learn shlokas very easily. When I'm a person of an old age or a person of mid age, like even if I have to learn shlokas, I will take a lot of time. But when you have to learn shlokas, your intelligence is so sharp that you can learn shlokas very quickly, right? So that is why you have to perform bhakti in very early years of a stage when your mind is very active. Okay. Then we are going to see the do's and don'ts. Okay, so we will see Ashtanga Yoga. What are the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga? Okay, so what are the do's? What are the don'ts? Right? Yama is don'ts, Niyama is do's, Asana is the exercises. Yeah, then Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. We are going to discuss this. These are the 8 limbs of God. Yeah. So we are going to discuss Yama is don'ts, Niyama is do's, what you should do, Asana is exercises that you will perform, you should do, Pranayam is breathing exercises. Pratyahara is withdrawing the senses from wrong things. Dharana is fixing mind on Lord. Then Dhyan, intense meditation on Super Soul. Samadhi, complete absorption in Krishna. So these are the 8 limbs of Bhakti Yoga.
That our yoga teacher also was telling about this.
Ah, yes. But you know what? So that is what I was going to tell you about. So this Chennai, I think in Tamil Nadu, this is Yoga Institute is there, Iyengar Yoga Institute. So this Mr. Iyengar, now he is no more there. So when he was in 90s or 85s and 90s, when he met Radhanath Maharaj from ISKCON, he was telling that, so he was saying that my objective of doing yoga is that people should get connected with Lord. So it is not that only for physical fitness for serving Lord. But he's saying all people are coming to the institute, they are not at all worried about connection of God. They just want for physical fitness and then they will go. So all this yoga ladders. So like Nitansh, your teacher said, right? So again, there is no connection with Krishna. Idea is that you should be physically fit so that you can serve Lord nicely. You can meditate on Lord's form nicely. That is the objective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then what are the don'ts? So Yama, these are don'ts. Okay, you should what? You should not do. You should not do. You should not be violent. Yeah. So you should be non-violent. Then you should be truthful. You should not be stealing others' things or others' commodities. Yeah. So this is, so if you practice this, then only you will become you will progress on the yoga ladder. Yeah. You should practice celibacy. That means you should not have, too much mingling with boys and girls. Yeah. That should be avoided. Yeah. This is specifically I'm telling you because everyone thinks we should be an open world and all that. But as far as possible, we should avoid that because we are so much get attracted to the other person that we should, that can distract us and result in a fall down. Yeah. Then non-possessiveness. Yeah? Too much big house, big car, sofa, TV LED. नहीं बड़ा TV चाहिए 4-5 लाख का मस्त TV आया है वो चाहिए, right? But just waste money in all this. Yeah. And then you will waste money in maintaining all of them, right? So focus should be more on Krishna and not.
Mataji, I didn't understand Brahmacharya.
Brahmacharya is celibacy. That means not too. So you should not mingle too much with the opposite sex. Yeah. So not too much mingling between boys and girls should not be allowed. Okay. Otherwise, otherwise we get distracted. Yeah, we are all into teens, so we can get attracted towards the other person. So it's to avoid all that. And if we get distracted,
I still didn't understood.
Okay, I'll explain you separately. Okay. Okay. So basically, mingling between boys and girls, too much mingling between boys and girls is not encouraged. If you do not understand, I will call you and I'll explain. Yeah. Okay. Then niyama. What are the do's? You should cleanliness. Yeah. So you should be clean. You should take bath early in the morning. You should chant. So sit nicely in one place and should chant. Then santosh. Santosh means satisfaction. Yeah. So like we said, in the first world countries, you have big road, big towers, beautiful looking men and women, beautiful bodies, lot of wealth, but no satisfaction. The number of suicide in the first world countries is very high. Number of people in depression in the first world countries. First world countries means these developed countries, America, Australia, Europe, the number of suicides is very high. Number of people in depression is very high. The children as your age carry guns, and if they get angry, they'll not mind shooting each other. Yeah. So there is no satisfaction. Even in heaven, right? Heaven, beautiful apsaras are there, beautiful gardens are there, but still Indra is still not happy. Indra is still worried about his position. Yeah? Aaj hai kal nahi, pata nahi kal hai ki nahi hai. He's worried about his situation, right? So then if you do all this, then what is there? Then tapa. Okay, tapa is austerity, eating less, sleeping less, not too less, not too much, not too less. Okay. That is eating less, sleeping less, meditating on Lord. That is tapa. Then Swadhyaya is studying the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. And Ishwar Pranidhana is surrender to Lord. These are what we should do. This is what we should avoid. Yeah. Then what is there? Yoga Rudha and Yoga Ruksha. So basically here it is pranayam. Yeah, this is pranayam. Doing breathing exercises. What will happen if you do breathing exercise? Your mind will calm. If you sit, okay, you sit in a meditative posture for some time. You realize that your breaths are slowly, your anxiety is reducing. Your breaths are, so slowly calming down. And then at that time to meditate on the form of Lord, you can close your eyes and meditate on form of Lord, or you can have a beautiful picture of Krishna in front of you, and then you can meditate on Lord. Yeah? And see then what happens. See how nice realizations you get. Yeah. Okay. So Yoga Ruksha and Yoga Rudha. So one is Yoga Ruksha is beginning of Ashtanga Yoga. Those are like just started to doing it, and Yoga Rudha is advanced experts. Yeah, in mind control. Yeah. So now Krishna here is saying that mind can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. Yeah. And if mind is one who has conquered the mind is his best friend. Yeah. That is what Krishna is saying in Shloka 6.5 and 6.6. So the knife which is there, this, I'm so sorry. So you see a knife here. This knife can be used for two purposes. This knife can be used for killing someone, or the same for saving someone's life. Yeah. So you have a choice. So my knife is like our mind. It can become our best friend, or it can become the greatest enemy. Similarly, key. If a key is there, key can help us to open the door, or key can help us to bind us within the room. Not help us, we can be used to bind us within the room. Yeah. So mind can lead us to bondage, or mind can lead us to liberation. Yeah. Uncontrolled mind. What happens with uncontrolled mind? Yeah. See how this person is so agitated. Yeah. Uncontrolled mind. What happens? Lack of confidence, depression, because mind is not able to listen to you only, right? It will tell you, I want this, I want that, I want this. And when you don't get it, you feel angry. You feel that, no one is listening to me. People are ignoring me. Yeah, so mind will make these games and it will put you into depression, into stress. Yeah, it will make you mad. And when you become mad, when you become angry, you will break TVs, you will get into a quarrel with someone, to forget, you will drink, you will smoke cigarette. I'm not saying you, people will swing, people will smoke cigarette, yeah, and murder, suicide and all that, right? So that is uncontrolled mind. And this is with everyone. You all have seen, we got angry in our house, we get angry at our parents, we get angry at our friends, yeah, we get upset, yeah. But what happens now? How does this mind, how do we control our mind, right? So mind is taking inputs from your eyes. It's taking inputs from eyes, what we see, what type of movies we see, what type of music we hear, right? Encouraging music or depressing music, encouraging songs, sad songs, Krishna songs, yeah? What type of food we eat, whether we eat sattvic food or whether we eat outside food which are cooked by karmis, which is not offered to Krishna. What we hear, what we so basically mind is taking all its scripts from all these five senses, and then it is becoming a storehouse of thoughts. Yeah. And then when it becomes storehouse of thoughts, when you see something, advertisements on TV, when you see some advertisements, you also feel that I want it. Uske paas dekho kya hai. See, he has a beachside house. See, wow, so look at his room. What a beautiful room he has. And look at my room. It is so shabby. I even don't have a room, right? Then if your mind is uncontrolled, what will happen is you will ask your mother, your father, now I also want a room. I also want a room. When you don't get it, you become angry. You start throwing tantrums. You get into quarrels.
Actually, Govinda is just a restaurant. Is it a sattvic food?
Yeah, Govinda restaurant is a sattvic food restaurant. It is offered to Krishna. Food is offered to Krishna.
Mataji,
Outside food.
Mataji, when if they like give us some food in some restaurant, ma'am. If we give it to Krishna first, if we have a small picture of Krishna in our bag or something, then will it become prasad?
Yeah. So then that is the best thing to do. Yeah. But as far as possible, we should not eat in a restaurant where
Yes, ma'am.
that too, as far as possible, you avoid. And then you do Manas Puja, they offer food to Krishna, and then you eat. So that is fine, absolutely fine. Best thing is to eat Garka food which is offered to the Lord. Yeah, but definitely if you would want to go out, that's okay. Then you do Manas Puja and then you can offer things to the Lord. Yeah. Then when your mind sees all this, mind has recorded all this, it tells intelligence, I want this, I want this. It cries, I want this, I want this. And then intelligence, if your intelligence is not developed, if your intelligence is not studying Bhagavad Gita, your intelligence is also weak. Right? Intelligence will, get into all different modes of quarrels and all that. And it will say, I want this, and it will, create a disaster for everyone. Yeah. So here, see, this 5 horses are like, yeah. So, okay, before I go there. Yeah. Okay. So five senses are like horses. Mind is a rope. And the person who is driving this is the intelligence. And who is sitting there? This is super soul. So this picture you will always see in Bhagavad Gita, okay? This chariot. Yeah, so these are our 5 senses. अगर इनको ये intelligence ने अगर control नहीं किया 5 senses को, तो सारे क्या होगा? All the horses will go in different directions. And what will happen? What will happen is that the person, the passenger who is the soul, he will, fall down.
Mataji, when I was reading Bhagavad Gita, I saw this picture.
So this 5 senses, this 5 horse has to be controlled by this intelligence. If these 5 horses are not controlled by this rope of mind, then you know what disaster will happen. Just imagine the chariot, 5 horses are going in 5 different directions. What will happen to the chariot? Right? Exactly that will happen with us, right? So we should be very careful. Yeah.
Whenever
You have to strengthen yourself. So how will this horses get controlled? When you strengthen your intelligence. Yeah, this intelligence has to be very strong, and this intelligence will control mind. Okay, and through this mind, the senses will get controlled. This is very important. Huh? Listen to this very carefully. This intelligence has to be very strong. If this intelligence is weak, it will not be able to control mind. The horses will run in 5 different directions, and there will be a disaster. And how do we make the intelligence strong? By studying Bhagavad Gita, yeah? By chanting. That is how.
I've seen this photo in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, you have seen. It is a very common picture. So that is why if you're studying Bhagavad Gita, no, so anyone will ask you, "Hey, beta, ye picture explain karo." So you should know what it is. Okay? Yes.
Mataji, I mean, whenever we sit to meditate or do anything, thousands and thousands of thoughts come at that time only.
So I am going to tell you how to control the mind. Krishna is going to tell you how to control the mind. Okay? So yes. How should we do? We should sit in a secluded place. Okay, let us go here. Yeah. So Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, how should we perform Ashtanga Yoga? We should sit in a secluded place. Yeah. We should sit in a place which is calm and quiet. Listen very carefully. We should perform our chanting that way. Now lay pusa grass. Pusa grass, we can have a nice mat which is laid down. Cover it with deer skin. Deer skin is not possible. Now why deer skin is recommended? Because that time people used to meditate in the forest. So snakes never used to come there if they are meditating on the sitting on the deer skin. Yeah. Then it should not be too high, it should not be too low. And then you should practice yoga by controlling your mind and fixing your mind on Krishna. So you can have a nice photo in front of you, Krishna's photo in front of you. Because otherwise, if you close your eyes, either you will fall asleep or you will go into different thoughts all across the world. Okay, so that is how you should perform your Ashtanga Yoga. How should you meditate? You should sit straight. Yeah, your body, neck, head in a straight line. This is what Krishna is telling. Okay, with an unagitated, subdued mind. Yeah, focusing on me. Me, matlab Krishna is saying, focusing on me. One should meditate on me, and that is how you should perform your meditation. By chanting his name. Yeah. And he says, he is saying furthermore thing. Okay, I think my battery.
Mataji,
Yes, tell me.
Mataji, I had heard that meditation. Mataji?
Yes, tell me. My battery is going. I'm just,
That meditation is like you have to You have to just keep running to your thoughts. Just let them pass by, and then after that, after some time, your brain will calm down, and then your brain will not think of anything, and it will be all zero. That is meditation, I thought.
That will never happen without Krishna's mercy and without your endeavor. You have to decide, no, I have to focus on Krishna. Mind runs again here and there. Again, bring it back to this. No, I have to focus on Krishna. So sit like this. Determine that, yes, I am going to focus on this beautiful form of Lord. When you sit like this, determined that, one mala I will perform without thinking anything. 1,000 thoughts will come. 1,000 thoughts will come. But
Mataji, do you know what happens when I do malas?
yeah.
Mataji, actually, when I start my mala, I'm determined, and then I just think about Krishna with Radha and all, and I think about Radha also. But then after some time, gradually my mind starts running off again. Then again, my intelligence says that no, your mind has started running off. Then again, I bring it back to Krishna. Then again, it happens.
That is what you should do. Exactly, that is what you should do. Yeah, very nice. Everyone should do that. I also do the same thing. Okay. Yeah. Now we should have regulated sleeping. Krishna is telling, okay, you should have regulated sleeping. Don't eat too much. Don't eat too less. Don't sleep too much. Don't sleep too less. Yeah. And that is how you will practice yoga. Okay. I will skip this for now. Yes. Now, so mind is like, So mind is like, it's like a small child. They will keep on asking, like a small child will keep on asking for balloons. I want this, I want that, right? But when you mature, when you gain knowledge, right? So for example, your father and mother will not ask for balloons because they have bigger things and better things to do, right? So that is how your intelligence matures, right? So that is how when you meditate on Supreme Lord, your intelligence matures, and then it is able to control the senses, right? So like I said, your father and mother will not ask for balloons. They will not ask for Cadbury or anything, but a small child will ask. Yeah, my father and mother are not asking because they are matured enough to, yeah. So yeah, it is like a yeah. So Ashtanga Yoga does not waver like a lamb in the windless place, right? So the flame which is covered in a room wherein the wind cannot come in, the flame will not waver. But if all wind and everything is open, the flame will never be able to be steady. Yeah, it will just go off. That is how the yogi should perform his meditation. Yeah. Then yes, you see this child. What is this child doing? This child whole day he wants to play football. He doesn't want to come home. His mother is saying, drop the football. You have not done your homework. You've not done this. You've not done that. Come on, come inside. Yeah. And then she catches his ear and she brings him inside. Exactly that is how we should do your mind. Your mind will go here and there. Your responsibility. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Okay. So Krishna says, Arjuna says, Krishna, it is so difficult to control this mind. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramathi balavadridam tasyam nigraham manye vayor eva sudushkraram. Mind is so strong, Krishna, that it is, like cyclone, right? Like a bad elephant. So difficult to control mind. Yeah. So Krishna says, wait, I will give you a solution. That by practice, you will be able to control your mind. You have to practice, right? Football also, or any game. When we go on the ground, are we able to play it best in the first instance? No. So same way, chanting also, but we have to be determined, right? Any game, ground sports, you say, badminton also you play. Initially, you don't know to play, but what is that internal desire? No, I want to be the best player. I should be able to, play shots. I should be able to be the striker. I should be able to strike the ball, right? All that desires are there. Because your desires are there, that is how you practice more, and that is how you become perfect. Same way, in meditation also, in chanting also, what should we do? Our endeavor should be, I should focus on Krishna. I should focus on Krishna. I should focus on Krishna. And that is how we should bring our mind back and improve the quality of our chanting. Yeah. Then Krishna says that what if I fail? So Arjuna says, Krishna, this is all okay, but tell me one thing, that I practice all this Ashtanga yoga and all that, what if I fail? You know, one is Ashtanga Yoga is so difficult, sitting straight, concentrating on you and all that. But if I am not able to perform this Ashtanga Yoga, I get distracted. Like for 5 years, 3-4 years, I attended all this Krishna Kids Bal Satsang. I did chanting and all. And then I went to US. And then for a few months, I did it. But then after that, because my friends are not doing, no one is doing, I was staying in the hostel. I couldn't eat prasad. I couldn't offer bhoga. And then I leave it. So what will happen, Krishna, if such thing happens to me? Yeah. So then Krishna is saying, my dear child, that a person who is in English, this is a very important point, because this will, every one of us will go through this. So Krishna is giving this assurance. Listen to this very carefully. Krishna is promising that even if you fail, you will not meet destruction. Yeah, you will not fall down. So one who chants my name, one who is trying his best, or one who did it for a few years but couldn't do it later, he will never fail. So he is saying, Krishna is saying that if you follow the footsteps of Mahatmas, right? For example, Tukaram Maharaj, every time he used to take Palki to Pandharpur. Yeah. So if you follow footsteps of Mahatmas, then Vittal Rukmai, they themselves will ensure that you will go to Vittal Rukmai. Yeah. Even if you do not want, you will automatically go to Vittal Rukmai. Yeah? If you follow the footsteps of Mahatmas. But remember very carefully, if you follow footsteps of sinful people, where will you go? You will go to Narkaloka. Okay, so that is very important. Yeah. So faithfully study scriptures, and I will ensure that you will never.
When will you go to Narkaloka?
Yeah.
When will you go to Narkaloka? Could you repeat again?
One is, if you follow the scriptures, if you follow the footsteps of Mahatmas, where will you go? You will automatically go to Krishna if you follow the footsteps of Mahatmas. But if you follow the footsteps of sinful people, right, who wants to enjoy, animal-like people who wants to enjoy, who want to smoke, who want to drink, do not believe in God, where will you go? Your path is very clear. You will go to Narkaloka. Okay?
Mataji, what is there in Narkaloka?
Narkaloka will cover that hells, different types of hell. That is another topic I wanted to cover. Very bad place it is.
Mataji, when will you cover? Mataji, are heaven and Goloka the same?
Sorry?
Are heaven and Goloka the same?
What in Goloka?
Heaven and Goloka are the same?
No. Heaven and Goloka is not same. Heaven is in this universe. Goloka is outside. I will show that to you.
But Mataji, Mataji, if you do good deeds for poor people and you do bhakti devotion to God, you go to Goloka. But if you don't know God, you are an atheist, but you do good deeds for other people, you go to heaven. So heaven means you are staying inside this universe only, right? But why do people say that you will enjoy your life but you still have to come back here? But you
come back to earth. Come back to earth. You will not go to Goloka.
Yeah, but why do people say you'll enjoy life in heaven?
Heaven, because it is all beautiful, wonderful 5-star hotel.
Mataji,
7-star hotel. It is like a 7-star hotel.
Mataji, but we have to come back from the heaven, right?
Yes, because when your bill is over, whatever money you have pre-booked, it is over, you have to come back. So whenever your good karmas get over, you have to come back on this earth to suffer. Okay, so what I will
So ultimate destination is Goloka.
I will take this success or failure later. I will quickly show you Goloka, and then I will have to rush because today there is today we have shloka competition for the smaller kids, and around 40 kids are participating.
Mataji, when is the shloka competition for us?
Yes, Mataji, I
Yes. Yes, it will be there in March. It will be there in February. So quickly, I'll show you this. Quickly see this. 1 second, just quickly see this.
What date in March?
I'll tell you. Now, 1 second. Now, just focus on this. Okay.
Mataji,
1 second. See, this is our universe.
This chart is looking very clear.
So this is our universe. This is Vaikuntha, and this is Goloka. Okay, we are in this universe. These are all millions and millions of universes. This is a cross section of one universe. Okay, we are here. We are here, Bhulok. Okay, and this is heaven. Swargalok. Where is Swargalok? Malokya. So here is the Swargalok. Okay, fifth one is the Swargalok. So we will go to Swargalok and again come back to Bhuvalok. But but if you chant, if you see her chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra going from earth, it is going here, here, here. It is going to Vaikuntha. Okay, from Vaikuntha, it is going here to Goloka. So it is going to Goloka. Yeah, so Krishna is residing here in Goloka. See here? So this is Krishna in Goloka, performing all his beautiful pastimes. You see here, he is with Mother Yashoda, showing the universal form. He is performing his pastimes with Radharani. He is playing with Mother Yashoda.
Mataji, you said that once we go to Goloka, we are going to do pastimes with Krishna. What does that mean?
Sorry, oh, so he needs all his cowherd boys and girls to perform pastimes. So he needs jivas, to perform pastimes.
Mataji,
Yeah.
Mataji, but I mean, how are you gonna perform pastime which has already happened in the past?
He continuously performs those pastimes. Don't worry. For the
Mataji,
pleasure for his pleasure and pleasure of the devotees, he will continuously perform pastimes. He will continuously perform pastimes in these millions and millions of universes at the same time.
Mataji, there is also an Ayodhya Lok there.
Yeah, there is Ayodhya Lok also in the spiritual world. We will take this. We will take some 4-5 sessions, proper good 4-5 sessions of this creation of universe.
Mataji, Vaikuntha, what is difference between Vaikuntha and Goloka?
Vaikuntha, Krishna stays in 4-handed form. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. So a police officer at home, in the office, he wears a proper dress. But a police officer at home, he is in his normal clothes, right? He is in his usual clothes. So Krishna is in 2-handed form here in Goloka, performing all his wonderful, lovely pastimes. And here in Vaikuntha, he is in the 4-handed form, performing, ekdam proper. South India, we use, how worship happens, proper ekdam with all the mantras and all that, and proper this thing. Yeah? But Laddu Gopal's worship happens very in informal way. But South India, the worship happens in a very formal way. So formal worship happens in Vaikuntha, informal worship happens in Goloka. Okay?
Mataji, I wanted to ask you.
Just 2 minutes, then I have to rush because so we will stop here. We will continue with our chapter 6. Only small portion is left, and we will next time we will revise all the 6 chapters and then we will move to 7th chapter. Okay? Yes, I thought this is very small chapter. I will be able to finish by 3. but good, I think it is that you are all asking questions, so that is also good because the doubts also should get cleared. It's very important that the doubts also get cleared. Yes.
So you mean Vaikuntha and Goloka are same, except that Vaikuntha is just like police in office, and Goloka is like police which is like in informal clothes in his house.
Yes, but in his house, no, one is house, another is office, no.
Yeah.
So that is Krishna's, Vaikuntha is Krishna's office and Goloka is its home.
But Mataji, I thought Krishna.
So office and home, I have given you to understand the concept. Okay, so different
Excuse me,
devotees
Mata.
But Mataji, I thought that in Vaikuntha Vishnu stays, not Krishna.
Yeah, so Krishna stays in Vishnu form, right? So Krishna expands as Vishnu, then Vishnu expands as Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu expands as Garvodayakshi, Kshirodayakshi Vishnu, Karunodayakshi. So Mahavishnu is Karunodayakshi Vishnu. So all that is there.
Mataji,
Excuse me, Mataji.
1 second, Aditri has a question. Just 1 second. Aditri had a question. Yes, Aditri.
Yes, Mataji, you said all the persons in the Goloka are dancing. No one is like one standing. So Mataji, when we leave the body, there will be only a soul. How will we
You get a spiritual body, no? You get a spiritual body, that body which will never die. That body which will never become, the hair will never become white. There will never be wrinkles on your face.
like Krishna's body.
Mataji,
Mataji, I had a doubt.
will you send the Goloka chart to us?
Goloka chart, I will try to send it to you, but I really doubt it is such a heavy file. How much it will come on email, because I tried to send few others also on email. It did not go. So best thing is to, I will send a screenshot of it, but I don't know how much you'll be able to see the details. Best thing is to buy the Goloka chart from ISKCON, closest ISKCON to your place. Yes, Dishita, you had a question. 1 second, beta. Dishita had a
Yes,
question.
Mataji. Mataji, people in our ISKCON, they say that the people who preach the other demigods, they slowly get intelligence that we have to preach Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. But in Islam religion and Christianity, they never believe that Krishna is the supreme Godhead. They believe that their God is the supreme God. So how will they get intelligence that Krishna is the supreme God? Do
Yes,
they get the
because
intelligence or they do not get intelligence?
they will get intelligence. They may get intelligence in this life, or they may get intelligence in the next life. Next life, they might take birth in the, nice, again, the same thing we were going to cover today. They might take birth in the Brahmana family, or they might take birth in a very aristocratic family, which are like, very God conscious. So that is about next birth. But even today, if you see, even few Muslims and all that, they want to read, they want to study Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, Mataji, few of them,
Yes.
they do. But many people say don't believe. They say that nothing is like that. Only our God is the supreme. We don't believe in your.
That is low intelligence, no better. So that is why that the purification has not yet happened. When the purification happens,
Yeah.
Then you get the
Correct.
intelligence to find out who am I, why I have taken birth in this world.
Mataji,
Yeah, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, one of my friends said that Krishna is extinct.
So let them say anything, na. बोलने से क्या होगा? Someone will say Nikita, Shreya is from America. उससे क्या होगा? Shreya is an American. Will you become an American? No.
No.
Don't say anything. Let them say. How does it matter? What Shastra says is authentic. Okay. Chalo then. We will end our class here because I have to rush. In 5 minutes, our Shloka contest is starting. Shloka for you, the Shloka contest. What I am thinking is now thinking aloud is we will have every month we will have one chapter so that your learning will be thorough. So this week I will post chapter 3 shlokas. Yeah, and then you can start learning it. So next month, February, we can have chapter 3 shloka competition. March, we can have chapter 4 shloka competition, like that, or we can have competition. Basically, idea is that you should learn shlokas. Yeah. So competition is not like a rat race, but we want to encourage all of you to learn shlokas. Yeah? Because
Mataji.
Yeah, Amaya.
Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, actually, my mother says that you should not by heart shlokas. You should understand them. You should know how to spell them. First, understand. Then you try to just just say it. She most concentrates on understanding because she sees it's of answers.
Exactly. So understanding is very important. Just 1 second, Amaya. Understanding is very important. See, someone only focuses on the pronunciation, but they don't understand. See, remember one thing: pronunciation can improve gradually, but understanding the shloka is at most important. Yeah. So they say, like I say, Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Now I can say Panditaha Samadarshinaha, something of that I can say. But you should understand what does Panditaha Samadarshinaha means. Yeah. So then you will use it when you talk with others. When you go wrong, when you are confused, you will remember those, and then you will be able to apply it. Yes, Amaya. 1 second, Anushri. Amaya had a question. Yes, Amaya. Just 1 second.
Mataji, when will be the shloka competition?
I just said, na beta, that in March we will have chapter 3. February we will have chapter 3.
Mataji, right now we are having the competition, na?
Sorry?
Mataji, right now at 4 o'clock she is having na competition.
She is part of that. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. You are in the younger group. No, okay. So I thought you were in the elder group.
Thank you. Okay. Mataji, how many shlokas she has to recite over there?
5 shlokas, she gets first prize.
5.
2 shlokas,
Okay,
second
Mataji.
prize, 3 shlokas. But that is not going to be for all of you. Others, it's not going to be the same. That's for the smaller kids below 9 years. Okay. Okay, chalo. Thank you so much, everyone. And
Thank
then
you,
let us see.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Bye.
Hare Krishna.
Bye, Mataji. Mataji.